Okay, let's roll on crude. Joe, let's go ahead and roll on crude. See, there's your first spinning top, Bob, right there. All right, let's go on crude oil. We have what's called a projected number one in the room. There's only two setups we need to understand in the room. We have a number one and we have a number three. The number one and number three will always be off these black charts, these two, the bottom left and this long chart here. Number one, number three. Okay? So two trades off the black charts. Number one, number three. So then we have what's called a number three on the J signal charts that works on your own Ninja charts. Now that one, there's only one setup. So J signal, you only have one setup, a number three, which is a higher low or lower high. And then the number one's a deeper retracement. So in the J signal, we have a number three. They just happen on a longer time frame. So let me skinny this down. I'll show you the difference between the two. And then you'll understand how this works. Here we go. So the classic number three says this. The classic number three, let me skinny this down over here too. All right, so we only have two setups we need to learn in this trading room. 52 is the next target, guys, on the multiple contract traders as projected. Looking beautiful, man. We called that one out right at the low. That was gorgeous to the exact bar. All right, so we got two setups. We got the black chart trades over here. There's a number one, there's a number three. A number one is a deep retracement with trend only. The black charts, you do not counter trend trade the black charts at all. You don't do it. What I established when I logged in the room, I said we're going to look for a pullback to 4209 to 4212, 4 times confluence. How did I project that low? What I said was the bottom left chart, we had volume profile at 4212, right there at the margins. Over here, my hedge was projecting 4209. Okay, 4209, 4212. So we had 4209 and we had 4212. Gave us 2 times confluence. What I also noticed, I took this swing low to this swing high. I showed you guys in the trade room, and it projected a 62% retracement, which I marked out with this arrow. When we were all the way up here at 42.26, I projected these arrows down here for the low, the sweet spot on the low. So when price got down to that level, we'll look for a pull-in bar because it's called a number one trade. So the number one trade was in this sweet spot area right here, because it was within 2 ticks of 4209 to 4212. You need to get a pull-in bar then. You only look for a pull-in bar off my 3-sim Renko. I got my beautiful doji spinning top that formed. It's got a close above the doji or spinning top by body of the candle. The body of the candle closed above my doji and spinning top. That little eclipse right there is the exact entry bar that you're going to do for the trade at the close. You got to pull yourself in on a number one. That was a number one trade that was projected based upon these black charts. We nailed it yesterday and the day before on the same exact setup. And here it is again today. We got down within 2 ticks of my projected 4209 to 4212. Then it closed above my spinning top, which is blue, on my doji, which is a plus sign, by body of the candle. Once it closed above it, you don't risk more than 15 ticks on that stop. I use 13. 13 ticks will be suffice on number ones and number threes on a 3-sim or black charts. 5-sim, I use a little longer stop because it's a longer time frame, and then I adjust at the first target. But this is the difference between number one. A number one, you're looking for a V bottom off of these black charts on a pullback. You can see when you first logged in, the moving averages were up. Moving averages were up. So what do? We cannot take any sells off the black charts. There's no shorting on the black charts. That's for novice traders that have no clue how to trade these markets. You cannot counter trend trade the market in an uptrend. You don't do it unless you get into a corrective wave on J signal. That's the only time you can do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to look to buy support. We're going to buy LVA. There it is. Next target hit, guys, right here on symmetry dots. Hold on one sec. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There's our overall target on the trade, right into the 53. Our final target for multiple contract traders. There it is. There's a nice little target. Okay, so the number one was projected to be the low at 42.09 to 42.12. It got down to that level, and then we got to have a pull-in bar. Risk no more than $130 on that trade. It just turned out to be what's going to happen to almost a $500 trade per one contract as of right now here in a second. There it is, $500 per one contract, risking no more than $130 to $150 per one contract. That's how you trade the reward to risk. The reason that V-bottom works so well is because look at the spread on the moving averages and my market profile levels, once again, called the low. This has worked for 30 years, guys, the same exact setups. Number one, number three. Ever since Peter Sotomayor came out with market profile, I have found a way to only trade two setups that work every single day on a daily basis. It's either going to be a number one or it's going to be a number three, right? Now, we project this level way ahead of time before it even happened, right? Now, let's look at J signal. J signal, all by itself, let's see the difference between a three. A three says this. A three says, let me break out of high value area. Let me retest, and let me do my first retracement long. Look at that. First fib dot long. Look how gorgeous that number three is off the 5 sim. There's your arrow, possible Elliott wave long. This is a 3-pattern long. There's your triangle for order confirmation. You know, trying to mark the market up. And look at that big move off J signal by itself. So my black charts and J signal conflude together at the same price point in time. It's called confluence. So what I suggest you do is I would put on your own Ninja charts, put the 5 sim next to your 3 sim. And that's what I would do. 5 sim next to the 3 sim. Put it right beside each other. Put them right beside each other like that, and you'd be good to go. All right? You only need to learn two setups in this room. A number one, number three. Number one, number three. There's a number one, number three off the black charts. We projected this exact low down here to the exact bar with the pull in before it happened. This is not an area. We know the exact bar to pull the trigger based upon my pull-in bar technique within 2 ticks, maximum 3. Gold trader scale here. My gold, go up to gold, Gerald. Let's look at gold. Just hit it. Gold's the same way. I projected a low at 11.16 on gold, 11.16, 16.5. What happened on gold? We came down to my gold level. Here it is. Here's a number one. Came down to my 16 right here. There we are. Now you got to look for a pull-in bar. Look for a doji spinning top. Right there is your doji. There's your pull-in bar to the exact bar. Risk no more than 15 ticks on that trade. No more than 15 ticks. That's your exact bar entry all the way to symmetry dots that hit also. Gold traders, your final target's 11.20. 11.20. We have now nailed both number one projected lows. My projected low nailed it on gold, and the projected low nailed it on crude oil. All right? This is just not by luck that we can do this on a daily basis, guys. You guys and gals can do the same thing. It's all based upon market profile. It's not my opinion. It's not your opinion. It's the internals of the market. They're telling us when to buy and sell way before price gets to it. We just got to let price get down to it, look for a pull-in bar, have a defined stop in case we're wrong, because we will be wrong sometimes. Everybody is, right? But nothing, in my opinion, beats market profile. I've seen thousands of indicators that are just worthless. Nothing, in my opinion, has worked for 30 years. Every indicator can work once. There's no holy grail. You'll never find it. It's not out there. But nothing to me will beat market profile. And we just proved it again. That we get over 250 plus videos of the same exact setup that works and works and works and works. Just be consistent in your setups. Learn one setup with a J signal on your own charts. Learn two setups on the black charts. Go to work.